What if I told you everything you were taught about good and evil was a lie? What if what you think is evil is actually good? And what you have been conditioned to believe is good is deeply corrupt. This video isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the awakened. It's for the seekers, and it's for those who are ready to see past the veil. Welcome to Sacred Walks by Uni, Uni's Universal Talk channel. And this evening, we will be diving deep into good versus evil. And guess what? The truth will shock you. What we think is evil is good. And what you think is good is evil. Stay tuned. Let's first have a look into the programming. The programming of the human's mind in today's society. From birth, we've been taught to fear anything outside of the norm. Our household, our typical day of school, church, friends, family, holidays. Yoga is evil. Meditation opens portals. Crystals are demonic. But why? Why is connecting to your breath and grounding with earth considered dark? So, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this programming. Let's talk about that question. Why is connecting to your breath and grounding with the earth considered evil? Why is yoga, meditation, crystals, incense, let's see what else, affirmations, chakras? If you see me going like this back and forth, I'm looking at both of my cameras. Anyway, but why are we considering these things, especially incense and chakras, and why are we considering this to be demonized? And that wasn't a stutter. It's just a emotion of confusion, because it confuses me. I don't understand it, but I figured it out. Cultural misunderstandings and lack of knowledge. The human race is made up of different cultures. Not only are we made up of different cultures, but we are raised differently. We come from all different types of backgrounds. All of our households may be similar in a sense, but miles apart. Miles apart. And our experiences shape us as individuals and who we choose to be when we reach adulthood. Right? We either choose to be this way or that way. What is this way or that way? We either choose to walk the righteous routes or the unrighteous routes. Plain and simple, right? So cultural misunderstandings and lack of knowledge. Just not opening up a book. If you would read more, and what I mean by you, the masses of people who choose to be opinionated and who choose to speak on something with little facts, or better yet, no facts at all. They don't know too much because they choose not to read. So lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Why? I mean, how could you know the depth of something if you don't read about it? So just the fact of not reading, opening up the mind. Oh my God, there's so many books out there. And I'm not talking about new books. I'm talking about ancient books. I'm talking about things that dive deep in the past. I'm talking about not this past of 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. I'm talking about ancient books. The books of Solomon. The Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Enoch. There are many books. that supersede those. The Gnostics. There's so much information out there. So I'm going to leave that up to everyone on this YouTube channel after this video to do some research, to dive deeper, to go more into depth. Like you as a being, you're supposed to be of depth. So, did you know that yoga teaches the 10 Commandments that were given to Moses from the Most High? Did you know that? Did you know that yoga, not the yoga, but yoga means to yoke, to bring together the mind, body, and soul. But did you know that it preaches and teaches the 10 Commandments that were given to Moses from the Most High? They teach the yamas and the niyamas. If you want to learn more about that, drop a comment. Let me know. Let's discuss this. Let's talk about it. Yes, yoga teaches and preaches all about the 10 Commandments. Okay? Did you know that meditation is in every holy book, worded as contemplation? Yeah, meditation is so in the holy books. Prayer is a part of meditation. Contemplation, stillness, is in the holy books. If you want to learn more about that, drop it in the comment. Let's talk about this, y'all. Let's open up our minds, because these are the end times. And you don't want to get left behind, because right now, the rapture is here. If you want to know more about that, drop it in the comments. Did you know that Luke 11:33-36, Luke 11:33-36 speaks about the third eye and the pineal gland? Did you know that? Yeah, it does. So if you want to know more about that, drop it in the comments. So, understand this. I have also walked into yoga studios that were very dark. And the people, the owners of that institution, and many others. There are many scandals within the yoga and spiritual world as well. Understand that it is the intention behind the institution, owner, or thing that can make something good or evil. That part. It is the intention. So where there is evil, there is good. And where there is good, you best believe the darkness is there to follow. You best believe that. Let's jump into chapter 2. Let's jump into the next discussion of this topic. The duality is divine. In spiritual traditions around the world, duality is not evil. It's balance. There can be no light without shadow. You are both divine and raw, sacred and shadow. To reject your darkness is to reject your wholeness. You cannot be of light without darkness, and you cannot be of darkness without an inch of light within that soul. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about part 2, right? Part 2, the duality is divine. It's divine, guys. Duality. Let's talk about duality. What is duality? From my research, from what I gained, my perspective, I've learned that duality is light and dark. Light and dark. I didn't say light versus dark. I didn't create a competition. I said light and dark. Male and female. Up and down. Duality. Duality is seen as evil because it is perceived to be a competition, like I just said. between good and evil versus it being seen as something that we all embody within us all. Something that we all have to learn to balance. It's a balancing act due to all having light and darkness within us, again, which has been passed down to us from our ancestors, generations, since the beginning of time, since what they speak about in the Bible, Genesis. We have two Genesis stories. We have the truth. No, we have the truth, the facts, and then we have another true story with some facts. But that's a totally different DNA, bloodline, and topic and subject. We will talk about that on another video. If you want to learn about the two Genesis, which will be a topic on the podcast, make sure to tune in. Sign on to Sacred Talks podcast, which can be found on all platforms, SoundCloud, and the rest of them. Please don't judge me. I'm learning all these different terminologies. But anyway, since the beginning of Genesis, guys, it has been the fight, the spiritual warfare, internal warfare of us fighting ourselves. Our light trying to find balance with our darkness, and our darkness trying to find balance with our light. Yeah, it's a duality. It's a dual thing. It's like they need each other. One cannot operate without the other one. And that's facts. That's facts. Okay? So, too much of anything can be bad for you, as well as having too little can be bad for you. Or having too little can be good for you. Or having too much of this one specific thing may actually be good for you. Like sleep. A lot of people don't sleep no more on this earth. So one day you may have to sleep binge and you may feel better. So too much of sleep on one day because of your lack of it will bring that balance back. So there you go. It's a duality thing. It's a friendship. It's an intermingle. Not a fight. Not a fight. It shouldn't be a fight. You should be able to walk with your shadow. And your shadow should be able to walk with your light. Spirit should always, always, always hold the ego hand and tells it what to do. Ego doesn't tell spirit what to do. Spirit tells ego how to operate. Before I move on to chapter 3, before I move on to the next part of this discussion, I forgot to mention about duality that it teaches you who you truly are, what you stand for, and who you are striving to be, which is your higher self. We are all trying to reach the best versions of ourselves. Family. Your trauma, your pain, your anger, these are not curses. Don't look at them that way. These are your initiations into your higher self. If these things did not happen to you, your lessons cannot be learned. You cannot gain resilience nor strength. So these are not curses. They are your initiations into your better, higher self. And gains you a closer connection to the Most High. We all signed soul contracts before we came down here on this planet to learn lessons. This planet is a school of lessons. There are many books about that. This whole thing is a spiritual warfare that's being performed in here. Projection. There are different levels and depths. Like I said earlier, this is depths to this thing. To you, to this planet, to this universe. Now, we can jump into that next discussion. But just remember, these things happen to you for a reason. I need you guys to embrace. Inhale out of 4 count, exhale out of 8. I need you all to embrace your darkness and your light. And I need you to forgive and to let go. That is another discussion in itself, okay? That is the most powerful thing that can help you with manifestation, but another subject, another topic, another day. Let's jump into chapter 3, part 3. Let's go. The true evil hides in plain sight. You were told evil wears horns, but real evil wears a suit with a briefcase. It stands in pulpits. It hides in churches. It abuses women and children in the name of God, in mockery of the Most High. Isaiah 5:20 said it best. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. This isn't anything new, family. This is prophecy. Okay, family, let's talk about it. Chapter 3. The true evil hides in plain sight. The true evil hides in plain sight. This is where the deception lies. This is where the illusion begins. This is where the confusion comes into play. We, as children, when we think of evil, when we think of the devil, we imagine this ugly looking, nasty looking creature beast with horns. I mean, ugly, disgusting. I mean, just ugh, right? Or we imagine the monsters we see in the horror movies that we used to sneak and watch when we were kids. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a horror fan. I've been like that since I was little. I was always interested in the dark and my shadow. I've been ascending since I was a little thing. Very wise and smart. But we imagine Michael Myers. We imagine Freddy Krueger. We imagine the gremlins, because those are the narcissistic energy. That is a narcissistic energy in itself. Reminds me of a little gremlin kid. But these are the things that we imagine when we think about evil. But I need you to understand that in most cases, the evil can be very charming, very beautiful, very handsome, but manipulation also comes with that. Toxic behaviors, confusion, chaos at its finest, gaslighting. I mean, these individuals will make you go insane. Are there evil things that look like the things that we imagined when we were younger? Yes. And another dimension, another realm. Something that we don't see in this veil. At least some of us. At least most of us don't see in this veil. But most, when we talk about this realm, they come off looking like us. They're in vessels that look like us. Many people on this earth are possessed. Many possess the Jezebel spirit. Many possess evil spirits, entities, legions of them. Isa spoke about this. Who you choose to call Jesus spoke about this. When he fled the demons out of that man, he said, demons get behind me. Devil get behind me. Go into the pigs. And then the pigs all flopped into that ocean, a body of water. You have to understand. You have to understand that in manifestation in this realm, they look like us. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Catholic scandals, political lies. Oh, politicians are the worst. Cult behavior, closed doors of power. These big families that are in power, the Bilderbergs, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers. Oh my God, I've been studying this since I was young. If you want to know about the families that are in power, pulling a lot of the strings, drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it here on Sacred Talks. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Catholic, the Vatican. The Vatican is and has been accountable, okay, for sexual abuse, financial misconduct, and so much more. But leave it up to 80% of this humanity, 70% of this humanity. Religion is super good and has no evil in it whatsoever. I go to church every Sunday. But the Vatican is burning frankincense and myrrh. It's incense. I take my communion. I eat my flesh, my bread of flesh, and I drink my wine of blood, which is very, very sick, guys, and very demonic. We're going to talk about that in another video. If you want to learn more about that lingo, it's cannibalism, and it's very cultish. Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about this. And it's all throughout the Bible. So that goes to show you the duality in everything. Where there is good, there is evil. Where there is evil, there is good. There is good in the Catholic. Not everyone that has been a part of the Catholic institution is evil. There have been disruptors inside of it. How do you think they know about these scandals? How do you think these scandals came in? The whistleblowers. Not everyone's intention is to keep something so evil going, guys. We have disruptors all over the place. The disruptors, the chosen ones that came to do a mission, we disrupting things. The chosen ones that came to do a mission, like Jesus and Moses, Isaiah, Abraham, the children of Abraham. We came to do a mission. We're everywhere disrupting stuff. I know at least I am. I know the ones that came before me have. So let's talk about this. The Vatican. There's so much bad in religion, right? But there's some good in religion, because there are some things that are said in these holy books that are for your protection. You have to have both in it. Even the masters behind the deceit and the illusion that tore apart the holy book, the Bible, and not even that. There was a council that was over the Bible that chose to put what to put in it and chose to put not to put in it. Chose what to put in it, not to put in it, what to put in it. So there were a lot that was left out. But it was just a way to keep the masses controlled, but in a sense where they still seen some sort of freedom. But it was an illusion. Let's talk about this. So, there are some good things in these books, but there's also some false things, some lies. All around this religion, this thing we call religion that has been created to divide. But if you have found peace, love, and light in these religions, because I grew up Muslim, and there's still a lot of stuff I resonate with, because there's a lot that Prophet Muhammad, and it's not the prophets, I'm saying, it's not the prophets, it's the people that are using and mimicking the prophets, making mockery of the chosen ones and Allah, to control, to oppress people, guys. Come on, man. This has been going on since the beginning of time. This ain't nothing new. So when we speak about the Vatican, when we speak about the Christian religion, which is more new age than the terms yoga, meditation, the Christian, first of all, Jesus, who you base this religion on, is not even Christian. He was Jew. He didn't even mess with politicians. Nor did he go into temples like that. He built a temple for the people. He didn't fundle. His temple was here. His temple was solitude. Mind, body, spirit, Holy Spirit. He embodied the Trinity so well. The Trinity, what is the Trinity? Father governs the mind. Son, body. The son who embodied him so well was Isa. The son, the embodiment, body, soul, spirit, Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is what resides in the soul. Mind, body, soul, Trinity. So how is that? How is mind, body, soul evil? Come again? How is it evil? When it embodies and is in representation of the Holy Trinity. Let's talk about this. Christianity. When I talked about eating of the flesh and drinking of the blood. First of all, alcohol is very bad for the soul. Wine included. It tampers with the spirit. They in church drinking wine. Eating of the flesh. That sounds like cannibalism to me. So there's a lot of cultish behaviors going on with this terminology of Christianity. But again, let's call New Age evil. But is New Age really New Age? We're going to get into that. Moving right along. Now, let's talk about Creflo Dollar in 2012. Creflo Dollar. OMG. If you want to know more about this man, drop it in the comments. The Mosque, number 7. I know some Muslims got to know about the Mosque, number 7. It was the mosque that Malcolm X attended. The one that I believe he created. Oh my God, there's not so much scandals going on within there. For sex, fidelity, financial, oh God. Mosque number 7. Let's move it right along. Jim Bakker, 1980, 1990s. Jim Bakker. Drop it in the comments if you want to know about this. I can't go too deep into this video with that because it's going to take it so deep. But if you want a part 2, guys, let's talk about this. I can dive deep into these individuals and institutions. Southern Baptist Convention of 2021. Southern Baptist Convention of 2021. Let's talk about Scientology, Scientology, whatever that institution is called. They Christians, or they the Christian gang, baby. Got some. Let's talk about this. They have a documentary on Scientology on Netflix. Go watch it. Let's talk about this. What else we got on my list? We got, oh my gosh, TD Jakes. Oh, I think he's involved with a lot of that Puff Diddy stuff that's going on right now, which is super unfortunate. But you know what? They made this bed, they shall lie in it. You reap what you sow. It is what it is, but that's true facts, and that's universal law, which trumps all laws, all man laws, which is, in fact, means equals nothing. So, let's go. Moving right along. What is good and what is evil? 80% of the masses. I really want to say 90%, but I'm still gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say that 80% of the masses don't know how to truly have a connection with the Most High. I think they're still confused on who we choose to call the Most High, what this is. It's not an imaginary man sitting on a throne. It's an energy, it's a spirit, it's a light force and a dark force intertwined that is super so powerful. but it's more intertwined with light. It's a duality of two forces that shaped this very existence of everything. 80% of the masses are being distracted away from their true connection. They're missing out on their true connection with the Most High. They're missing out on their destiny. So, this is the time to have discernment. This is the time to really wake up, pay attention to what you're surrounded by and what you're doing, who you're worshiping, and what God you are truly worshiping. Are you worshiping the God that is over flesh, materialistic things are on this fleshly earth, or are you worshiping the Most High, which is over every universe, within every universe, in you and every other creature that resides on every planet? Moving right along, chapter 4. Let's go. Part 4, chapter 4. Whatever you want to call it. Let's go. They lied about us. New Age? No. You mean ancient truth? We've been labeled demonic for doing what our ancestors always did. Period. Breathing, praying, affirming, contemplating, meditating, healing with natural foods, fruits, and herbs, touching the earth with our bare feet. But here's the thing. Everything they demonize is exactly what heals you. Alright, chapter 4, part 4, again, whatever you want to call it. But let's talk about this, y'all. They lied about us. They lied to us about who we truly are and what type of power we hold within us. They also lied about our relationship with the Most High. Yoga practitioners, indigenous healers, energy healers, incense, whatever you want to call it, anything put in the box of this term, and I said term because that's what it is, anything put in the box of the term New Age. But how can something be so ancient be so new? Let's jump into it. Let's talk about this. Yoga can be yoga was way before Christianity. And did it come before? Yeah, guys, yoga is ancient. Yoga was before Christianity. Yoga was before the Ten Commandments. Yoga was a part of Egypt when Egypt was called Kemet, which was OMG way before the Ramesses dynasties. All right. Yoga has been woven, sewn together throughout different cultures, throughout all times across this earth. I'm talking about it flooded through every culture, because we're all, at the end of the day, every human being on this earth is connected. What I think about, you think about. What you think about, I think about. What the man next to me think about, they think about. To the left. But the man on the right might bring it into idea, and the man on the left may never do so. So this man is going to make the money off the idea. That's how our minds, that's how we operate, work as human beings. So yoga was coming through every culture and mental around the same time. So some was practicing yoga in this way, Tai Chi, Qi Chong. You had others practicing Kemet, yoga, which is considered more meditative, still, more focused just on breath. And in other parts, you have more movement yoga, just hatha, pose to pose, more flow, where it was an actual dance. So it is more ancient than it is new. Meditation, again, was in all of the holy books. So there's nothing new about meditating. There's nothing new about neuroplasticity. There's nothing new about the brain. Is the brain new? Again, if you watch my other yoga short, I'm explaining to you that medicine and meditation has the same root word, med. There's a reason why. Because your brain has to have stillness, it has to have reflection, and it has to shut down. Like a computer, it has to reset. I get passionate because I'm a teacher of this. I know that meditation can save the world, can save humanity as a collective. This is why I get passionate about it. So there's nothing new about meditation. There's nothing new about yoga at all. And there's nothing new about crystals. Let's talk about crystals. How can you call crystals demonic when the earth is one big crystal? When you go into caves, when I went swimming inside of the Mayan Riviera in Mexico this past January 2025, the cave, I saw crystallizations being formed inside of the cave. This was natural elements, guys. I'm talking about real live crystals being formed from the elements inside of the cave, from the oxygen, from the air, from the water, from the salt. What? And there is power behind this, because it radiates purity, cleanliness. Peace at its core. The earth is one big crystal. When you go inside of the earth, right, mining, when you go mining, crystal mining, real crystal miners know about this. When you go mining, there's crystals inside the earth. So if the crystals are demons, then the earth is demons, then you're just a demon. You're evil. The earth is just an evil place because it's a crystal. Crystals are not evil. Oh my God, it's the intentions behind it. It's how people use the crystals. Crystals are powerful. So, but if you give an evil person power, any type of powerful tool, you best believe they'll be able to use that thing too for badness, for bad stuff. The crystal is not evil, but that being using the crystal is, and he's using the crystal to do bad things. The crystal is being taken hostage. Come on, y'all. This is common sense. I still hear some of my chosen ones that are not past 4D yet. There are still some that are still mangling in 3D. That want to call crystals and stuff but I understand. I have compassion, and I'm waiting for you to get here. I'm waiting for my other chosen ones that are still in 3D to get here at 5D, where a lot of us other ones are. So crystals are not evil. They're actually beautiful, and we should be using them for the good. So it's a powerful tool that we can also, the light beings, we can also use for power. How? I can take a crystal and put it in a project inside of a hood, a ghetto. Leave it there. And wherever that crystal is in that area, it's going to radiate positive energy. So wherever that crystal is in that hood or in those projects, somebody is going to benefit off of that positive energy. And it might just save someone's life. So no, crystals are not bad. Okay? Yoga, meditation is not evil. How can something be so ancient, be so new? How can something that has given me so much peace in this lifetime be something so evil? I run a healing foundation. I'm a beautiful mom. I take care of my kids. I do not coerce with drama. I'm not out in the night in clubs. I'm not drinking. I actually stopped drinking alcohol and wine this year. I don't pick up a cigarette. And I'm not saying that makes me, nah, I'm not saying any of that, bruh. What I'm telling you is that yoga and meditation has made me to be my best version, has helped me get to being my best version of myself, has given me the life that I didn't think I could ever have, because I had to mentally free myself. And those tools did that. And that's what it speaks about in the holy books. And that's what the prophets are talking about. And that's what Jesus meant when it says, to get to my Father, you have to go through me. You have to do the things that I do. You have to embody the Holy Spirit just like I embody the Holy Spirit. Meaning damn near become damn near perfect. Oh yes. Yes. Close to it. Meaning simple, peaceful, you don't bother nobody. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Let's move it along, bruh. But before I move it along, again, ain't nothing new age about yoga and meditation. Crystals, incense, affirmations, which is prayer. You're speaking, you're affirming something, you're sending it out into the universe. Ain't nothing new about that, but I can tell you what's new. That religion is new, though. That religion is new. Those new terminologies, those new names, that's new. The English language, that's super new, which is a spell in itself. Another video. Drop it in the comments if you want to talk about how the English language is a spell and how it's killing 80% of this human race. Chapter 5. Let's go. Chapter 5. This is spiritual warfare, not a physical one. This is the end of days, but do not fear. It's the end of unconsciousness. You are waking up, and that alone makes you dangerous to the system. We are fighting not flesh and blood, but systems of control, shame, and fear. The jihad. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Alright, chapter 5. We're getting close to that end, but we have learned a lot during this video. So let's get to it. Chapter 5. This is a spiritual warfare, guys. Family. This is a spiritual warfare before it is a physical one. Prophet Muhammad, may you rest in peace. May peace be upon you. May you forever be of light. Prophet Muhammad spoke about the jihad. The jihad, to 90%, 80% of humanity, comes across as a physical war. That's just giving them reason to have that war in Afghanistan, Iraq, when all that stuff happened. That was all supposed to be the jihad that Prophet Muhammad spoke about. That was supposed to be the manifestation of it. But you have been bamboozled. The jihad is an internal warfare. It is the fight that your dualities are having, because you can't balance them. Or you, better yet, not that you can't, you're choosing not to balance your forces. So there's an imbalance happening, imbalance of chemicals going on in the body, which are making you crazy and deranged. Okay, so it's not a physical war, it's forever and will forever be a spiritual one. Everything resides in the spiritual realm, space, ether, before it manifests into a physical one. I was air, I was light, frequency, before I was this depth, before I became this depth of a being, right? This depth. It's like a 3D shape, but I'm not 3D anymore. Now I'm 5D, and I believe I'm going above it, though. I believe I'm baby, are my manifestations moving fast. So this is a spiritual thing, because I stay up there, meaning I stay eyes closed, spine straight, solitude, stillness. I stay in the rim of my Heavenly Father. I stay where my Father resides. Where you need to go and visit. That's where you should be most of your time. So this is a spiritual thing, guys. This is the end of days. This was prophesied. Prophet Muhammad spoke about the jihad. Prophet Muhammad prophesied how in the end of days there would be more fatherless households. That there would be more wars, more famine. Oh my God, that there would be so many without and for no reason. When we have all of the abundance of prosperity right here on this earth. But we have to learn how to come together. First, you have to fight the demons that are within you, trying to keep you suppressed and oppressed, to not reach your full potential that the light can give you. But your demons are also there to help you, fuel you, to force you to learn your lessons, to get away from them. So it's again, it's a duality, right? Again, it's a spiritual, right? The end of days, meaning the end of unconsciousness behaviors, meaning the end that it's all of this not having no common sense. Oh, it's going away. Enough is enough. The excuse, thinking you could just watch your TV, go to your job, don't pay attention to yourself or your kids, those days are going away. Because your masters are going away. Your politicians are, man, please, they're already done. They're already stripping the rights. They're already been doing that. I don't mess with man, please. I'm just going to do my thing with the Most High. Man, listen, they don't do nothing. What? Your masters are going away. You're going to have to learn how to grow your food. You're going to have to learn how to become financially literate. You have to pay attention to what money actually means. Money is an energy. And utilize it for what it's used for. To uplift, to build. To do good deeds and good things. Not to destroy. Not to control. Not to abuse. Not to oppress. That's not what that's for. But again, it's not money that's evil. It's the intention and the person behind the dollar, just like the crystal that I spoke about earlier. So it's not the tools that are evil. It's not yoga. It's not meditation. It's these people behind the institutions that's making them by doing evil deeds. Oh God, if this video don't wake you up, I don't know what else could evoke you up. What could wake you up? Because I hit it on a nail, and I hit every freaking point. Every freaking point. We are not fighting flesh and blood, guys, but systems of control, shame, and fear. Narcissistic entities, narcissistic institutions, and narcissistic people. Narcissistic gangs and narcissistic clubs. Narcissistic underground societies. Narcissistic secret societies, narcissistic families, Rothschild, Bilderbergs, Rockefellers, Trumps, the Obamas. Bro, I could keep going, and I don't care. Drop a comment, wherever it may be, if you feel some type of way that I put the Obamas in that equation. But guess what? All politicians. Don't rock with the Most High. Maybe a handful. And those handful didn't make it to see the next day. Rest in peace, John F. Kennedy. If you want to know more about that, drop it in the comments. But guys, Ephesians 6:12. It states, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." Let me say this again. Ephesians 6:12. It states, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." So you are fighting against demons and beings that were created to keep humans from their destiny. And these demons are residing in vessels that look like us, other low vibrational beings, because they can easily affect a low vibrational being because they have no consciousness of what is going on with themselves. They have a very low consciousness. They're so unconscious that they have no idea that they're being possessed. That can go for children too. Very easily for kids. Some kids. Most children are being possessed if they're watching a lot of that YouTube, some of that Roblox stuff. I even see it in my own kids when I let them watch some of that stuff. I'm like, what did you watch today? Because your talk is coming off as if this is not your full spirit, baby, intact. Oh, I know what's going on. I teach my kids about this stuff too. Demons travel like air. And they travel in your eyes, through your ears, through your mouth. See no evil, hear no evil, nor speak it. So you're not wrestling against actual physical beings. You are wrestling against physical beings who are possessed by spirits in different realms, demons, different entities, which makes them spirit before flesh. Ephesians 6:12. So, family, it's time to awaken. Let's get ready to bring this video to an end. Let's jump into our final call of this video, shall we? Namaste. Oh, which means the light in me sees the light in you. May every being everywhere be happy and free and true to themselves and unoppressed. If I hear another person say that Namaste is evil, I'm not sure what I might do. It literally means I recognize the light in you and that I love you. That I understand your oppression, and may you release yourself from oppression if you have not done so already, and may you be free and fly high with the Most High. Did you hear anything evil? Did you hear anything evil? Let's jump into our final call. This will be our last topic of discussion before we end this video. The sacred revolution. The revolution we are all awaiting as individuals and as a collective. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole. Embrace your shadows and do the work. Honor your light and reclaim what was always sacred to you. Your soul, your abundance and prosperity. Guard it with your light and your life. Join the revolution. Share this truth. And remember, what they call evil might just be your liberation. So if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do so now. Please drop a comment. Please like and make sure you share, because that is how this message can reach others like it reached you. I love you. Again, what they call evil might just be your liberation. Let's talk about it. Oh, family, we're down to the end. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, ding. Go ahead and drop that comment. Let me know how you feel about this video. Let me know your thoughts, your insights. Go ahead and engage with your goddess. Also, if you want to know and dive deeper into what I spoke about today on certain institutions, topics within the topics we spoke about, go ahead and drop it in the comments. And most importantly, please share so it can reach others like it reached you. So, final call, guys. This is it. The sacred revolution. If there were 1 million unis in this world, I will be ready to take down all governments. The sacred revolution. I know inside that if there was 1,000,001 unis, man, would those narcissists go scattering like roaches. But I know that this is not a job solely for me. And I wish Malcolm X, and I wish MLK, and I wish the other chosen ones that came before me understood that this is a fight that we're all going to have to fight together, because maybe they could have been saved. I cannot take on that role solely by myself. The sacred revolution starts within each and every one of us. Again, you are not here to be perfect in their eyes, in their perception, but you are to be your best version, your perfection in your eyes, in the Most High's eyes, as long as you are living with purpose, due diligence, kind, and loving. And you are on this earth as salt with substance. You cannot rise to your higher self without embracing what has happened to you, what you consider to be abuse, what made you feel like a victim at one point in time in your life. You cannot escape that. You cannot run from it, nor should you. You should embrace it so you can utilize that to reach your higher self, right? So again, you have to embrace your shadows. You have to honor your light. You are beautiful how you were made. You don't have to cut on you. You don't have to change your body parts. You don't have to change nothing about you but your toxicity. If you are hurting other people, that's the only thing that you're working on. You're bringing everything into balance. You're reclaiming what was always sacred to you, sweethearts, gents and ladies. Your soul, your divine light, that divine spark is what these monsters are after. People like Diddy, R. Kelly, Trump, Obama, I can go on, Roosevelt, Putin, Hitler. Man, I'll be here all night if I keep going with the list. But people like that, Oprah, people like that want your soul. They're feeding off of your energy, and why it is so important to guard it with your light, meaning your light is powerful. Put a shield over you. Guard it with your light. Guard your soul with your light and with your life. Meaning your life is on the line. If any one of these monsters get a hold of your soul. I have been in nothing but narcissistic relationships. I have dealt with my last one in this lifetime. And let me tell you, if I did not escape or awaken, I could be dead. And that's what I mean by your life is on the line if you allow these monsters to grab a hold of your soul. So guard it with your light and your life. Join the sacred revolution, guys. Become sacred within yourself and rise to your higher self. Share this truth. Please share this video. Please subscribe. And remember, what they call evil might just be your liberation. The yoga, the meditation, getting massage, investing in your healthcare, putting your health into a preventative state, right? Listening to more experienced teachers and coaches. Everybody is a life coach now. And I'm sorry to say that every life coach is not equipped to give the masses what they need. Pay attention to that. Again, have discernment on what is good for you and what is not good for you guys. Okay? But these tools may just be your liberation, because I know for sure that these tools were my liberation. That yoga, breath, breathing, sitting still with myself, meditating, closing my eyes and going within and facing my shadows, seeing exactly what was haunting me and keeping me up at night, is what has truly given me liberation. And I'm so glad that I'm able to share that with you, family. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Alright? There's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot do. All of the power that you're looking for, all of your answers are here. Here. So if you want a one-on-one consultation, please go to my website, www.SacredWalksByUni. Send me a message. Email me, SacredWalksByUni@gmail.com. Okay, you can also reach out to me on all of my social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at SacredWalksByUni. Click my link tree and set up a consultation. Talk to me. Alright, if you want to tap into some of the virtual classes, I had $25 a month, virtual, unlimited yoga, meditation classes, one-on-one, live and demand sessions with your goddess Uni. Whatever it is that you need, I'm here. If you need herbal remedies for high blood pressure, diabetes, yeast control, ladies, to control some of the imbalance that was placed on us with all of the weight that has been placed on your shoulders, as well as some of my brothers. All right, listen, this is a station for all of us. I love you. Reach out. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share so others can reach this video. It also catch the algorithm. Anyway, love you guys. Again, stay blessed. Remember, where there is good, there is evil. And where evil resides, there is always some light. Namaste and salams. What we think is good is evil, and what we think is evil is good. The understanding of duality, good and light, the importance of creating a balance between the two. I pray that you remember to guard your soul with your lights and your life. And I pray that this video and message resonated with you this evening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a fire in the comments if you've ever been labeled evil for simply being your authentic self. This is Sacred Walks by Uni. And we're just getting started. So again, hit that notification bell for more videos to come. Namaste. May the light in me see the light in you. May every being everywhere be happy and free and true to thyself and authentic in every way. I love you. Salam.